This meeting is being recorded.
So just to let everyone know that this meeting is being recorded. If you do not wish to be recorded, then please turn your camera off. Housekeeping, please do raise your hands using the reactions or type into the chat so we can respond. My current internet connection is unstable, but hopefully we shouldn't have any issues. So firstly, welcome to everyone and thank you for attending the annual general meeting for 2021. Firstly, to confirm that we had an admin error and the minutes on the website are incorrect, but we shall update those as we go through this meeting and correct them post-meeting. Secondly, we've had a query about the dates on the website as well. Today is the 20th of June 2022, but we are going to, we're meeting to discuss the annual general meeting activities during 2021. So apologies if there's been any confusion on that. So firstly, if we go through the meeting minutes of the AGM for last year. Lindsay, if you could put them on the screen. Thank you. So if we could go through for any amendments, accuracies. I wasn't here, so if members who attended, can you just quickly check that if you did attend, you're on the list? And we can change anything that needs to be changed there. Okay, we'll take that as correct then. Lindsay chaired the meeting last year. And as we go through, the minutes were recorded as correct. And we went through the achievements for 2020. Are there any amendments or accuracies that we need to deal with here? Anything on that first page? Sorry, Alison?
Yeah, sorry, it looks good. It's fine, sorry.
Thank you. And onto the second page, please. Are there any corrections or amendments there? Okay, if someone would like to propose that these are correct.
I can approve them as correct, yeah.
Thank you, Alison. And Maria, would you like to second?
I'm happy to second. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you for that. So the draft minutes have been approved and will go up on the website. Excellent. So taking a look back at 2021, we saw many changes in 2021 and HLG has continued to adapt to the external pressures. What we'd like to do is take this opportunity to thank all of our colleagues for their hard work and continued dedication working in a voluntary capacity to support members' needs. In the past 12 months, we have welcomed Samantha Gavigan into the role of Honorary Secretary and sadly said goodbye to Doug Knock, Joel Kerry, Richard Bridgen and Helene Goring, who have each stepped back from the committee this year. We thank each of them for their contributions to HLG and recognise the impact they have had on shaping the work of the Health Libraries Group during their terms serving on the committee. And for some of them, they've been with us, quite a while in a variety of roles. So thank you very much. Following the cancellation of HLG 2020, we moved online in 2021 to deliver 3 free study days in September, November and February 22. Each were well attended and we welcomed colleagues from across the UK and beyond. We also organised a successful round of randomised coffee trials, which was very popular and hopefully we'll be running that again later this year. And it just enabled HLG members to connect with each other at a time when many were still working remotely due to the pandemic. And again, I just like to say that, you know, everyone has shown a great deal of resilience during the pandemic. So, you know, committee members still doing their voluntary roles, and in their day jobs, there's been so much upheaval for everyone. So again, I think we continue to deal with the ramifications of that. Serving, you know, moving our services to hybrid, as well as our spaces being, you know, compromised to do other things, etc. And as I said, we're still dealing with that. So well done, and continue to be strong. And HLG is always here for you if you need. So continuing the theme of working remotely, we were pleased to be able to welcome our leadership bursary winner from the Australian Library Association. And Angela was able to attend a program of training and mentoring sessions with a range of colleagues here in the UK via Zoom. We've also been very busy, and Yasmin, our international officer, has been collaborating with other library colleagues and strengthening our relationships with the Canadian Health Libraries Association and Medical Library Association. We've also run concurrent events with the Library and Information Research Group, and we've got a memorandum of understanding with the Consortium of Health Independent Libraries in London, here in the UK. We've seen our digitisation project move forward with a team of volunteers getting involved to help get the archives of our long-running publications, HLG Nursing Bulletin and HLG Newsletter, accessible for all online. And as we look towards our 75th anniversary, we're very keen to support the needs of everyone in the health and social care, knowledge, library and information community. So more about that later. So Lindsay, can you share our infographic, please? So just a few statistics. Sorry, did someone say something? No? Okay. So just a few statistics from last year. We've done some work on policy through Ruth Carlisle, who's our policy lead. And we took part in the policy statement on ebooks and the need for affordable publishing models for libraries to access. We contributed to a new policy development framework for CILIP based on CILIP's ethical framework, and responded to a consultation on shared decision-making as part of the development of the NICE shared decision-making guidelines. HLG also advised the CILIP Policy Committee on the implications of the Health and Care Bill 2021 and the Health and Social Care Plan 2021. And I've already been through the events we held last year. And our publications, HLG Newsletter was published twice in 2021 with 10 articles on good practice and experience, and also event reports from the Lilac Festival and the International Clinical Librarians Conference. I've just seen a typo in there. I'm sure we'll correct that. The HLG Nursing Bulletin was published once in 2021 with a primary focus on the establishment of the digitisation project. The medical core collection was fully updated, so we're now in our 7th edition. And again, that will be updated online, as we are aware that some of the publications were going to be updated, sorry, the books within the collection were going to be updated in 2022. So at the end of the financial year, HLG had 1,157 members. Our Twitter account gained 75 new followers. We had a number of 189 tweets and retweets, and we can, on a monthly basis, we send out HLG news to all our members. And there are some website stats there as well. So our journal, Health Information and Libraries Journal, HILJ, accounted for 8% of the overall traffic to the website, followed by the Nursing Bulletin and the HLG Newsletter. For our finances, most of our income was derived from our royalties, and expenditure in 2021 was mostly refunding sponsors for the cancelled conference. And that's about it. Full details can be seen in the annual report that is up on the website. So I will open out for questions. If there are any questions for the 2021 annual report. No questions? That's fine.
There's a question in the chat, Imrana.
Right,
Okay,
thank you.
In the past newsletters, we had book reviews, and I had volunteered to write reviews. Is this something that we've stopped including in the newsletter, or are we no longer receiving books to review?
No, I think since Tom retired, I'm not sure what's happened in terms of the book reviews. I will pass to Rachel if she's online there. Oh, hi Tom, you've got your hand up.
Well, I was going to say I won't give his name because perhaps it's improper to, but I did have a successor.
Right.
So and as far as I know, publishers are still keen to supply us with texts. So I think book reviews are still a thing.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Tom. So
yeah,
I will follow up with Rachel, and Yvonne will get back to you on that one. Thank you, Tom. And there's a message from Carol. Could the draft minutes be posted on the websites? Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, as I said at the start, we did have an administrative error, which we will rectify and hope not to have to make the same mistake in the future. So do we need to propose the acceptance of that annual report? Thanks, Maria. And would somebody like to second? Thanks, Tom. Okay. So if there are no more questions on that, then I'd like to introduce Nick Poole, Chief Exec of CILIP, and Kate Robinson, our President, in order to present the presidential citation to Penny Bonnet, Assistant Editor for the Health and Information Libraries Journal.
Amazing, thank you. Thank you so much, Imrana, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nick Poole, I'm CEO of CILIP. My main duty here is to introduce Kate, in fact, but I just wanted to take a couple of moments just to say a few words. We had originally intended to make this presentation at our AGM last year, but as with so many things, I'm afraid that was disrupted. So thank you so much to Penny for joining us here today, and to the wonderful HLG committee for giving us the time and the opportunity in your agenda. I also just didn't want to let the moment pass without saying a huge thank you to the committee for all of your leadership and support over the past 2 years. As you already saw from that fantastic infographic, things are moving very fast in the world of health and care and policy, and we've absolutely depended on your knowledge and your expertise throughout these past 2 years. So thank you so much. I look forward to building on our fruitful collaboration in the years to come. So with that said, my great pleasure and my main duty for this section is to introduce our President, Kate Robinson, who is going to make the actual presentation to Penny. Kate, over to you.
Thank you very much, Nick, and hello, everybody. It's absolutely lovely to be with you today. I have a citation that I'd like to read, please, in recognition of the work that Penny has done and the reason that we are here today making this presentation. So it's with great pleasure to make this belated presentation of the 2021 CILIP Presidential Citation to someone who's played such a central role in the Health Libraries Group and advancing health librarianship, Penny Bonnet. The presidential citation was introduced in 2019 as a means of singling out and celebrating the work of one extraordinary individual each year who's gone above and beyond in their support for our profession. The first recipient was Shane Godbolt, who will have been known by many of you as a tireless champion of health librarianship and international collaboration. Penny has enjoyed a long and successful career as a librarian and information professional, including at the British Medical Association. Her extraordinary work as assistant editor of the Health Information and Libraries Journal has seen the journal become a central and trusted source of information for librarians and knowledge specialists in health. In putting forward her nomination for this citation, one colleague described Penny as the consummate medical librarian, a role model and a point of reference for generations of professionals. Penny, I know you'll already have received the physical copy of the citation, but on behalf of everyone at CILIP and across our profession, my thanks and congratulations to you for all of your work. And I'm pleased now to hand over to Maria Grant, the editor of HILJ, who would like to say a few words by way of congratulation.
Hi, Penny. Penny's already heard me say this lots of times because we had our advisory board meeting last week. But for the benefit of the people in the room, I've had the privilege of working with Penny for what we realised last week was 16 years of the 25 years that she's been the assistant editor of the journal. And I genuinely couldn't have done this without her. She's taught me so much about being professional and about working specifically on the journal, but it's been a real privilege. She's provided an essential sounding board for my development as an editor-in-chief, and was not afraid to give me a gentle nudge when things needed attention, which I very much appreciated. We have been an incredible team, and I will very much miss our monthly meetings. Not only in keeping the journal on track, but also because we have developed quite a strong friendship over that time. I will very much miss the opportunities that we have to catch up on our cockapoo's health and the attendance figures of the latest open gardens. So I will very much miss Penny, working with Penny, but I know that we will continue to be friends after today. So I just want to conclude before I actually start shedding a tear, which could be very embarrassing, to say thank you very much for everything you've done for the journal, Penny. And it was nice to hear Shane's name mentioned at the start of your commendation. And I'd like to wish you a very long, happy and healthy retirement. Thank you.
Can I respond?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, okay. I thank Maria for her kind words, and I thank HLG very much for recommending me for this award. I've done my work, not anything else, and I was really overwhelmed when I read that it was awarded. And I do thank you very, very much. It's a lovely way to finish my career in librarianship, and I thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Penny. We wish you a long and happy retirement.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. So that is a nice way to end the formal section of the AGM, and I will pass you over to Lindsay to introduce our speaker.
We're actually running slightly ahead of schedule, so Sharon will be coming along to speak to us at 1 p.m. So I think we may have a time for a quick comfort break if anybody wants to go and grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and maybe come back about 5 to 1. And I'll introduce Sharon in the session then. Thank you.
Thank you. Lindsay, are we going to be recording the next session?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. Do you want to stop recording this and then put the other one on separately?
Edit it, yeah.
Cheers.